Hello and welcome to Eldon. My name is Shroomy and I am so happy to have you here. We're going to take a quick look at the map. My general idea for it was to have a central hub. This is kind of like a theme park. So I have my central hub in the middle and then I have different themed lands and we'll be going through all of those. And I'm really excited for you to see it. I'm basically done. Like, there's things I want to change in the future, but for the time being, there's nothing more I can really do. And over here, we have our Shellside Hotel. Perfect for a little getaway, a little staycation. Then as we come over here, we enter, like, a little nature preserve. This is where flamingos and duckies and turtles can gather. And then we go into town square, which is so fun, having all the little villagers gather here. We also have shopping. Coming down here is like the beach scene where people can come hang out and have fun on the beach. We also have the recipe dealer. Although once recipes become less important, I'll probably change it over to an ice cream stand or something. Once more people have all the recipes, or most of them. Alright, and if we come over here, we have our turtle cafe. Very cute. The moment I saw that you could put these turtles outside, I was so excited. So here's the turtle cafe. And I put these little areas right here so they can swim out to them. They don't have to just sit on the cushions with customers. I think the turtles are so cute. And then if we hop across over here, we enter our first themed land, and this is the Zen Area. And starting out, we have our forest of babies. We have a baby right here. And another baby right here. Because we all know this is where babies come from, baby forests. Alright, and as we come down here, I have a nice little rock garden on a beach, which leads to this little grave. And then coming back around, there's this viewing pond. I really like it. I love it when the villagers come and sit. They're so cute here. Although they always face the wrong direction. And then coming through this arch this way, we just have like a little eating area. A little place to talk and stay warm by the ocean and eat a little. And up here we have our hot spring for the Zen Area. Very calming. Keeps deer away. Very nice. Here we have our instrumental picnic. So you can sit and have a nice picnic while your kids bash on instruments driving you crazy. Very nice indeed. Alright, and we are leaving our Zen garden and now we're entering the Foodimal village. None of them are home, but Frida lives here and she's the sheep made out of french fries with a hamburger head. And then Tia lives here. She's like a little teapot. Not quite food, but kind of. And then we have Zucker. And he's like some sort of octopus that you eat. And they each represent different food areas in my island. So Zucker represents the little picnic area we just saw. Tia represents the cafe we saw. And Frida, I'll show you what she represents later. Right here we have a gym. This was made for Goose. But then I had Zucker move where Goose was. So now there's a lazy character living next to the gym. But very fun. And up here we have a sauna. It's nice and relaxing and warm. Alright, and here we enter an amusement park. I haven't been to one in a long time, but this is kind of like modeled off of the fun center we had in my hometown. And like things I remember from going to SeaWorld or Knott's Berry was the most recently. So I think Knott's Berry has a restaurant in front. And so I have this diner right here. I call it Apple of My Pie Diner because there's like this apple theming and they sell pizza. So that's where the pie comes in. But just a cute little diner. And I have Frida to represent this area. Over here is just a little communication area. Then we move into the arcade. I just imagine this theme park as being like a fun place to go with a group of friends or as like a date. Here's a movie theater. And then the arcade kind of extends into the beach. Although this is probably the worst movie theater in the world because you have an arcade right behind it and you have the teacup ride making a bunch of noise. But, and then here's like the little square for the amusement park where people can kind of relax, maybe eat their food that they bought. And here are our food stalls. So we have a fish stall. It's freshly made to order. And then, you know, there's just some little carnival things. You have shaved ice, popcorn, cotton candy. Perfect for carnival. Oh, and of course there was the teacup ride, but you saw that. And there's this little entrance here. And there's an exit there that no one can really use because you can't get around it. But it's the thought that counts, right? And then over here with the panda bears, we have prizes and like little games you can bet on or whatever. Boop. And then coming down to here, we have our little fortune tellers area, which I think is very appropriate for like a carnival amusement park. Moving up here, we have our venue for when artists come. This is where the DJ plays and this is where people can dance. And then we have our place where a full band can play. Very exciting. I've asked KK to come play for us, but he says he's more of a country guitar guy. And then moving up here, we have our statue garden. It's also I put lots of benches here as like a place for couples to come after the amusement park to just kind of relax as night starts setting in and watch the sunset. So we have all these pieces of art and just little areas for them to sit. And then down there we have a little love hotel, a couples retreat place. It's just, you know, seaside hotel. Just a nice place to kind of get away for a day. Alright, I'm going back up. We hop across here. And this will bring us away from the statue garden and into the rose garden. I'm still finishing this area, getting the colors I want, but all the whites are here as a placeholder, and maybe the black ones too. We'll see. We'll see what I'll decide. I'm still making decisions. And this used to be my rose hybrid farm, but right now it's just holding roses of different colors for when I have the items I actually want to put over here. But it is very pretty to walk through. And here we have the museum. Very exciting. This is my favorite fossil. It's so cool. And we have our study and snuggle library. I tried to make it super snuggly and like warm and inviting. Definitely a place I would want to study. It just feels so cozy. And then coming back over, we have our little space area, which I feel like is super appropriate by a museum. And one thing I love about this moon, here I'll go back down, is when you sit on this bench at night, it's so pretty. When you look up and you see the moon hovering in the night sky, it's so cool. Soup's romantic. And I have over 30 stereos throughout my island. That's the max amount, then they start turning off. So, different ones playing different music to kind of set the mood. Here's a little observatory spot with a nice hot meal and some coffee for if you're working late at night. And over here I've gotten started on my haunted forest. So just all through here in the secret beach, I just want to put any of my haunted artwork. A little spooky. And we have our haunted forest for the campsite. And this campsite is actually for science camp. Woot woot. And they have a little laundry and fishing area down here for science camp. It currently sleeps 4 campers, and then the director of the camp sleeps here. We come down here, we enter the fossil part of science camp, which I don't know if you guys knew this, but that thing happens. Just clicked it randomly one day. And as part of the fossil area, we have our fossil tent. And this is where campers come to like investigate fossils, maybe do their own little examination of fossils. It's pretty fun. We just have a bunch of little small ones that they can look at, and the camp directors can kind of talk about why each of these are important and what's cool about all of them and what we use them for today when looking at the past. And part of science camp, we have our little reptile friends over here, just enjoying their little island and a nice little lake. They're really cute. I love them so much. And when we drop down another level, that brings us to the fish area. We also have like a little bit of physics, a little bit of chemistry, but this is mostly like a biology area where they look at fish and other animals. And then coming down, we have the bug area of science camp where they like investigate bugs and look into them and draw them. Super fun. Right now they're investigating ants. As you can see, we got 3 ways they're looking at ants. And coming down, we're just going to follow along the beach and see what's here. This is the little area I built for Zell. He's quite the bachelor. And he comes here to, you know, sing the ladies a little, play them a little song, a little ballad. And then, you know, have a nice little dinner with them over here. I love smug characters. We're going to enter Zell's house real fast just to show you, like, the correlation between the two. And then he brings the ladies back over here and you serenade them a little more. They can sit and smell a candle together. Unfortunately, I keep giving him things because I'm trying to be friends with him, so this weird thing happened and that hourglass doesn't match. But before I entered his life, he had quite the lady zone going on. Quite the bachelor pad. Anyway, it's one of my favorite spots, and I just imagine Zell bringing ladies here and having a nice night. And coming over here, we have Oxcart Gardens. Just a nice little garden center. So you have your main house plants over here, and then you come to the back and you can buy seedlings and flowers and things like that. And then coming down here, we have the kids area. We have a little playground for them. I don't know why there's a sandbox right next to the beach, but you know, maybe you don't want your kids playing with beach sand. Yeah. I really enjoy this area. It just reminds me of like all the joys of being a kid. Coming up to the park in your scooter, playing in sand, catching bugs. It's all fun, splashing around in water. Down here we have the Fisherman's Wharf. This is where he catches fish to sell at the amusement park. Alright, and up through here is the village. I do have plans to schnazz up and kind of theme the village later. I'm currently working towards getting all my villagers to have houses with that outside. So we have that house right there and that house right there with outsides. We'll just take a quick little walk around the plaza here. Keaton lives there, Zell there, Grizzly right there, and Greta lives right there. and I love them all. Coming through here is my house. Very exciting stuff. And I made like a little front yard where you might sit and talk, listen to the birds chirp, the bees buzz, stroke your turtle, you know, typical things. And we'll come back to my house later. We just have one little area over here to show. Here's my little dog house area. He's my guard dog. He keeps the garden safe from saboteurs. This is my hybrid garden. And right now, as you can see, we are working on purple pansies, black cosmos, and purple tulips. Those are like the last flowers. For the purple pansies and black cosmos, I don't even have any, and purple tulips, these are all I have, so we're just trying to get them to grow more. Here is my DIY station. I'm all out of hardwood, but this is where I come to make things. And then up through here we have our orchard. And this is more of an orchard for walking through and not for high production at all. I'm kind of just sitting here, you know, breathing deep, enjoying life. All right, let's head back to our house. Well, my house. You don't live there. And I'm just gonna show where this connects real fast. This just brings us back to the main plaza. So you have officially seen everything. All right, coming into the house. My house is very much basic house. Nintendo tricked me and I definitely have a house. This little area is like a clothing shop. And back here is the workstation and all the awards she's won. She likes to put them on display, show them off. And then as we come to the back, we have the master bedroom. I love the antique series, and I've always had fireplaces in my house. I love them. I just think they're so warm and inviting. But yeah, we just went for a vintage feel here since it was antique. And I'll do a quick spin in here. I guess that's more of a slow spin. But yeah, so you can see the products on the back wall. It's very nice. I live in Utah and we have a lot of like fabric shops and boutiques built into old houses. So walked into something similar to that quite a bit. Here is the bathroom. I tried to do like a European feel, but it just felt so gross to me. So we went with Zen and I like it a lot more. The bathroom is one of the rooms I struggled the most with. It was very frustrating. All right, on to the kitchen. Here's my kitchen. I am in love with it. I just think it has a really fresh feel. And heading upstairs, we have the work areas. So this is the wife's work area where she works on dresses and such. And then as we come over here, here's the husband zone. He does a lot of electronic work, and he also has a little comic he's writing there. Fun stuff. And this is where they meet in the middle to, you know, just laugh on the couch by the fire, have some tea. Good stuff. Coming downstairs, we have the nursery. This is where their 3 kids live, well, sleep and play. They each have things by their bed that has like their interest. Over in the middle, we have like their general play area. In the back, we have dress-ups. Back in this corner is their art supplies. And over here is like a little fake kitchen for them to play in. Although all these things are very real. But we pretend they're not real. Alright, there is that. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, of course, leave them down in the description. I also have filmed like everything kind of leading up to this point. I used to do daily updates, but then as there were less and less changes in my town, I just did updates whenever something was changed, so you can go back and view that. It's called Eldon's Journey. I'll link it right over there. If I were you, I'd start watching after KK comes, because that's when real transformations happen, and all my audio before then is absolutely awful, so don't recommend anything before 15. But I do recommend my video on the museum, which should be right there. Took me a lot of time to do, and I think I did a pretty good job. It also shows the kind of things I'm planning to do on my channel going forward, since I'm kind of done with my town for the most part. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day!